The Gila monster, though venomous, is no match for the skunk-like spray of the ratel, a harsh lesson in desert survival. A sudden burst of aggression from the honey badger. The Gila monster, however, is equally formidable, displaying its vibrant warning colors in a tense standoff. The honey badger, famously fearless, locks jaws with the venomous Gila monster. In this arid landscape, only the strongest survive.
With a powerful swipe, the honey badger attacks. The Gila monster is thrown into the air, engulfed in a cloud of dust.
A tense moment in the desert heat. The badger retreats slightly, wary of the Gila monster's bite, but refuses to yield the ground entirely. Though surrounded, the defiant honey badger snarls fiercely, a testament to its reputation as the most fearless creature in the savanna. The honey badger, renowned for its resilience, now faces overwhelming odds as the hyenas close in for the kill. Cornered and outnumbered, the honey badger fights with unmatched desperation. But the relentless assault of the hyenas proves too much. The spotted hyenas approach the den with caution, but the honey badger is known for its fearless defense. Rubis. The aardwolf, despite its hyena classification, is an insectivore. This family begins their nightly routine. The honey badger, or ratel, is one of the savanna's most formidable residents. It patrols its territory with a... The male honey badger continues his patrol, his movements deliberate and watchful. Here, in the quiet solitude of the den, the heavily pregnant Cape honey badger prepares for motherhood. The female honey badger, known for her fierce disposition, senses a disturbance. Her heightened state of awareness suggests...
The golden hour settles over the savanna. The female experiences the first tremors of labor, while the male...
With senses finely tuned, the male honey badger continues his patrol across the arid plains. Every rustle of grass, the Namib Desert, a place of stark beauty and isolation. Yet, even here, the honey badger thrives against all odds. Here, in the quiet solitude of the den, the heavily pregnant Cape honey badger prepares for motherhood. As the golden hour fades, the honey badger makes a calculated return to the den, keenly aware of the scavengers lurking in the shadows. The Gila monster, heavy and venomous, emerges from the shadows. It detects the scent of the unsuspecting deer mouse. The atmosphere grows tense as the honey badger, now back, senses the presence of the hyenas. Driven by an instinct for confrontation, the honey badger issues its fearsome warning. Even the mighty hyena hesitates in its path. The honey badger, famously fearless, meets its match in the venomous Gila monster. This desert duel is a fight to the death. Pound for pound, the honey badger is unmatched in ferocity, launching a relentless barrage of attacks against the cobra. The honey badger, pound for pound one of the fiercest predators, asserts its dominance over the much larger warthog. In the harsh Sonoran desert, the Gila monster fiercely defends its clutch of eggs from the venomous strike of the rattlesnake. The honey badger, famously fearless, launches its assault, but the Gila monster, though slow, proves a formidable opponent. The Gila monster's venomous bite is delivered in an attempt to force the honey badger to retreat. A male honey badger, however, is one of the very few species renowned for its extraordinary tolerance for pain. The Gila monster's resistance to venom is remarkable, but it cannot halt the honey badger's advance. Driven by instinct, the honey badger continues its relentless attacks, demonstrating why it is considered the most fearless creature in the Kalahari. The Gila monster is forced onto its back, struggling against the honey badger's assault. The honey badger, renowned for its tenacity, maintains its grip. The Gila monster's venom is potent, but the badger's assault is relentless. The Gila monster, burdened by its heavy, beaded armor, must exert considerable effort to right itself once flipped. The brown hyenas, faced with an opponent willing to fight to the very end, begin to retreat. The honey badger, fierce protector of the Kalahari, stops at nothing to shield her young from danger. The female honey badger writhes in pain, but her maternal instincts drive her to protect her young. The honey badger, pound for pound one of the fiercest creatures on Earth, will stop at nothing to protect her young, even against a pack of hyenas. Though exhausted from the chase, the female refuses to yield. Her defiance is absolute. The male honey badger is fighting off the hyenas, his ferocity unmatched.
Inside the safety of the den, the female honey badger tends to her newborn cubs, who are both blind and utterly helpless.
The male honey badger enters the den. His presence is a comfort to his mate and their small cubs. Maternal instincts take over as the female gently nudges her young, ensuring their safety and warmth in the darkness of the den. The stillness of the den is broken by the stirrings of new life. Instinct guides the tiny pups towards the warmth and nourishment of their mother. The male honey badger watches over his family, a silent guardian. The African savanna during the golden hour is a sight to behold. Here, the black wildebeests and the mountains.
With keen senses, the lone bull surveys his territory, ever alert to the dangers that lurk in the long grass.
A relentless march across the golden plains, the great migration stops for nothing. The mountain zebra, with its distinct striping, thrives in these arid environments. They graze peacefully during the golden hour. The impala's delicate features mask a highly tuned survival instinct. In the quiet of the evening, it listens for the slightest disturbance. This is the heartbeat of the wild, a vast, unbroken wilderness where the great migrations continue, just as they have for centuries. Driven by hunger, the honey badger tears into the dry earth with surprising speed, its powerful claws perfectly adapted for excavation. With claws perfectly adapted for excavation, the honey badger will stop at nothing to unearth its prey, even when faced with dry, compacted earth. Though smaller, the honey badger refuses to yield, its ferocity holding the hungry hyenas at bay. A tense standoff in the savanna. The hyenas are cautious, knowing the badger's fearsome reputation and sharp claws. The hyenas are hesitant, but their numbers are intimidating. The honey badger is known for its ferocity. When threatened, it digs with astonishing speed, disappearing in a cloud of dust, a desperate bid for survival.
He made it just in time. After weeks of waiting, the male returns to the den to witness the arrival of his new litter.
Though small in stature, the honey badger is known for its ferocity, often taking on much larger predators like these hyenas. As dusk settles over the savanna, the aardwolves approach the den. Their movements are stealthy, their intentions clear to the creatures hiding below.
The honey badger, pound for pound one of the most fearless creatures on Earth, stands its ground. These hyenas, opportunistic.
The honey badger, pound for pound one of the most ferocious mammals, charges headlong into the pack, fighting with unmatched aggression and tenacity. Cornered but fearless, the honey badger lunges. Despite the overwhelming odds, its resilience is remarkable, facing down two of the savanna's apex predators. Facing a superior foe, the badger must use its speed. It knows this territory intimately, seeking the sanctuary of the den built for protection. Deep within the rocky crevices of the den, a powerful female honey badger rests with her squirming litter. These newborns are entirely dependent on her protection. The male honey badger rushes back into the den, arriving just in time. Though vastly outnumbered, the honey badger's determination is unwavering, facing down the hyenas in a desperate struggle for survival. The hyenas are relentless in their attack, but the honey badger holds its ground, a display of pure defiance on the dusty savanna. The honey badger is known for its fierce disposition. Even in retreat, this youngster displays a defiance unmatched in the savanna. The female honey badger, despite her pain, watches anxiously from the den. A fight for survival. The male honey badger, fearless and relentless, confronts the deadly cobra in a desperate battle to defend his family. The hyenas, realizing the strength of the pride, make the tactical decision to retreat. They disperse into the golden light, leaving the lions victorious. The male honey badger enters the den, his presence a comfort to his exhausted mate and vulnerable cubs. Deep within the safety of the burrow, the maternal instincts of the honey badger are on full display as she tenderly grooms her cubs. Emerging from the safety of the den, these young wanderers take their very first unsteady steps into a bright new world. The African savanna awakens during the golden hour. Here, the great herds of wildebeest and zebra, with the herd far behind, this lone bull navigates the treacherous beauty of the savanna, forever alert to the unseen threats that lurk in the tall grass. As the golden hour bathes the savanna, the thundering hooves of the migration kick up dust, a relentless journey in search of greener pastures. The zebras of the savanna face the dry season with resilience. Their stripes offer a striking contrast to the golden landscape. Bathed in the cinematic glow of the golden hour, the impala stands as a symbol of the savanna's fragile beauty. Every year, over 1 million wildebeests and zebras embark on this epic journey, the largest overland migration on Earth. The golden hour illuminates one of nature's most spectacular events, the annual migration of the wildebeest. Every year, over 1 million wildebeests and several 100,000 zebras embark on a perilous trek across the savanna in search of water and greener pastures. As the golden hour bathes the savanna, the impala remains a creature of exquisite vigilance, its delicate features finely tuned to the slightest disturbance. The relentless journey across the vast savanna sees the herds united, an epic migration driven by the ancient promise of water. As the sun kisses the horizon, the true scale of this ancient landscape is finally revealed. The Great Migration. A timeless journey across the Serengeti, driven by instinct and the search for water. The drone shot continues to pan across the savanna, revealing more herds of zebras and scattered marula trees. The Great Migration. A timeless journey across the Serengeti, driven by instinct and the search for water. Standing alert in the golden hour, the impala relies on its keen senses. In the savanna, every rustle of the dry grass signals potential danger. Driven by instinct, the herds move as one across the vast expanse of the Serengeti. Every year, this epic journey unfolds. As the sun dips low, the great herds of the Serengeti begin their journey across the golden plains. The savanna awakens at golden hour, and the zebras graze peacefully, their stripes a stark contrast against. As the golden light fades, the impala remains vigilant. In this moment of stillness, survival depends on hearing the slightest disturbance. Every year, the wildebeests and zebras face this perilous trek, driven by instinct and the search for greener pastures. A truly breathtaking sight. The golden hour illuminates the plains where thousands of impala and as the golden light sweeps across the savanna, the sheer scale of the wildebeest migration becomes breathtakingly clear. The African savanna, bathed in the golden hour light, reveals its true majesty. A timeless landscape. As the sun dips low, the lone wildebeest surveys the vast golden plains, guided by an ancient instinct to migrate. The Great Migration is one of the most spectacular events on Earth. Every year, millions of wildebeests and... As the sun kisses the horizon, the world awakens in a blaze of gold. This vast, From this height, the sheer scale of the migration becomes clear. A ribbon of life stretching for miles. As the sun dips low over the savanna, the Great Migration continues. The setting sun casts a golden hue over the savanna, signaling the start of the perilous journey for the migrating herds. A stark contrast against the dry, golden grass, the zebra herd grazes peacefully, watched over by the attentive mares. As the golden hour approaches, the Great Migration continues its relentless march across the savanna. As the sun rises over the savanna, the Great Migration continues its endless journey across the golden plain. The golden hour bathes the plains in warmth, a brief moment of peace before the Great Migration continues. For countless generations, this epic trek has defined the rhythm of the savanna, a timeless struggle for survival. The impala, a creature of the savanna, must remain vigilant. As the golden hour fades, every rustle of the grass could signal danger.
As the sun rises over the golden plains, the relentless march of the wildebeests and zebras begins anew.
The landscape stretches out before us, a hyper-realistic vista where scattered trees stand against the hazy, golden horizon.
As the sun dips low, the great herds begin their timeless migration across the golden plains. The African savanna, a timeless landscape where survival is an art. Driven by the ancient rhythms of the land, the herd begins its epic journey across the golden savanna.
Zebras are central to the ecosystem here, their grazing habits shaping the landscape as they move across the plains. As the sun begins to set, the lone impala stands alert, its sensitive ears scanning for any sign of danger.
The Great Migration, a timeless and relentless journey across the vast savanna, driven by instinct and the promise of rain. The golden hour bathes the savanna in warmth, a timeless scene where the great herds of kudu and oryx
The wildebeest waits patiently for the sun to rise over the vast plains. A solitary journey in the heart of the savanna. The plains zebra, with its distinctive stripes, gathers in large herds across the savanna. Here, standing alert, the lone impala relies on its acute hearing to detect the subtle movements of predators lurking in the tall grass. Every year, over 1 million wildebeests and zebras embark on the grueling trek across the Serengeti, a testament to the power of the natural world. As the sun dips low, the savanna reveals its true colors, painting the sky in hues of orange and gold. Across the endless plains of the Serengeti, millions of wildebeests, gazelles, and impalas follow the ancient call of the rains. The savanna breathes in the golden hour, a time when the light softens and the great beasts begin their slow migration across the plains. Solitary and vigilant, the gnu surveys its territory during the golden hour, a stark silhouette against the vast savanna. The Great Migration is one of the most spectacular events on Earth. Thousands of wildebeests and zebras move as one across the golden savanna. The Great Migration continues, an endless journey across the golden savanna. Here in the vastness of the savanna, the great herds of elephants continue their endless journey across the golden plains. The African savanna, captured in stunning ultra-high resolution, reveals the majestic herds moving among the scattered acacia trees. The Great Migration sees millions of animals traverse the Serengeti in search of water and greener pastures. The golden hour bathes the savanna as the zebras graze peacefully, a stark contrast of stripes against the dry, yellow grass. As the golden hour bathes the plains, the relentless journey continues. For the wildebeest and zebra, this crossing is a matter of life and death. The golden hour casts its spell across the ancient landscape, a timeless beauty stretching to the hazy horizon.
As the sun dips below the horizon, the Great Migration continues its relentless.
The golden hour illuminates the savanna as the great herds of African elephants continue their migration, a journey marked by the towering baobab trees.
Here, under the wide African sky, the delicate balance of life plays out. The acacia, the Great Migration, a timeless journey where survival depends on the strength of the herd against the unforgiving savanna. The impala, a creature of the golden hour, must remain vigilant. Every shadow holds a secret, every breeze a warning. The wildebeests and zebras continue their journey across the vast savanna.
The golden hour casts a spell upon the grasslands, a fleeting moment of perfect light where every detail is revealed in stunning clarity. The Great Migration is one of the most spectacular events on Earth, a journey across the vast plains of the Serengeti. As the golden hour bathes the savanna in light, the great herds of zebras begin their migration across the plain. The vast African plains, bathed in the warm light of the golden hour, reveal the intricate balance of this ancient landscape. As the sun sets on the savanna, the impala remains alert, its senses finely tuned to the subtle dangers of the approaching dusk.
Driven by instinct, the herd pushes forward. This epic journey across the savanna is a testament to the raw power of the wild.
As the golden hour bathes the rolling hills, the vast landscape reveals its intricate, detailed beauty.
This is the Serengeti, where millions of wildebeests and zebra follow the ancient call of the grass, a true wonder of the natural world.
The Great Migration is one of the most spectacular events on Earth. Every year, over 1 million wildebeests thunder across the plains in search of water. The Great Migration is still months away. For now, this solitary bull rests, surveying the golden plains of the Serengeti.
This relentless journey across the savanna is a testament to the power of nature, where thousands move as one.
The Grevy's zebra, with its distinctive narrow stripes, stands in stark contrast to the arid landscape it calls home. The impala, ever vigilant during the golden hour. In the savanna, every sound is scrutinized, for survival depends on constant alertness.
As the sun rises over the savanna, the relentless march of the Great Migration pushes forward, a testament to the wild heart of Africa.
The horizon stretches out before us, bathed in the soft, cinematic light of late afternoon.
As the golden hour bathes the savanna, life congregates around these vital watering holes. As the golden hour bathes the savanna, the great herds begin their journey to the watering hole. The African savanna awakens at sunrise, a timeless landscape where the rhythm of life continues unbroken.
The wildebeest, a symbol of the untamed savanna, faces the golden hour alone, a moment of profound tranquility before the Great Migration.
The Great Migration is one of the planet's most spectacular wildlife events, with over 1 million wildebeests and zebras. Known for their distinct narrow stripes, the Grevy's zebra is uniquely adapted to this arid environment.
Alert and wary, the lone impala scans the horizon, a picture of delicate grace in the tranquil yet tense wilderness.